Do you know this classic by Deep Purple? I played all the right notes, but it didn't sound right. This happened because the rhythm was wrong. Playing with rhythmic precision is as important as playing the right notes. In this video, I'm gonna clarify how a metronome can help you with that and many other aspects, completely transforming your playing. What's up guys, Christopher here. Welcome to the series Guitar as a Hobby, where I share the best strategies to improve on the guitar. Every Wednesday I post a new episode to help you focus on what really matters for hobby guitarists without wasting time with inefficient approaches and things you don't really need. Practicing guitar with a metronome can completely transform your playing, but many hobby guitarists don't give the attention they should to this essential tool. With all you're gonna learn about the metronome in this episode, I believe that you'll be willing to start using it right away, and this will change your playing in ways you couldn't imagine. To start, I need to be sure that you know what a metronome is. It is a simple device that produces a sound at regular time intervals. We have many options for metronomes today: apps, websites, softwares, and physical devices. Some have fancy features, but the simplest ones are already enough. It just needs to be consistent with the timing intervals, have an accentuation on the first beat, and offer options of different time signatures. My favorite one is the app Pro Metronome. It has a free version that already provides everything we need and more, and a paid version with many other features you can explore. The fact that a metronome is mathematically perfect is the main reason you should use it. There is no way a human being can keep a constant tempo like that. And you can be sure that those who come closest to achieving it have already practiced a lot with a metronome. Each song has a specific proportion between the durations of notes and silences. Let's use the song Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple as an example. The correct rhythm for this riff is as follows. In the first measure, we play on the first and second beats with the notes lasting for a half beat. Then we play on the third beat with this note lasting one beat. Moving to the second part of the riff, we play on the off beat of the fourth beat of the first measure, on the off beat of the first and second beats of the second measure, with all these three notes lasting for a half beat, and finish by playing on the third beat of the second measure with this note lasting for an entire beat. The third part of the riff is the same as the first one, but played on the third measure. For the fourth part, we play on the off beat of the fourth beat of the third measure, with this note lasting for a half beat, and finish by playing on the off beat of the first beat of the fourth measure, with this note lasting 2.5 beats. So, after properly mapping the rhythm, we can practice with a metronome. Using this perfect reference is the most efficient way we can work on our rhythmic precision. By doing that, you will develop your inner timing and will be less likely to play out of time when playing without a metronome. A metronome can also be beneficial during the development of our speed. Let's suppose that you are practicing the Love Gun solo by Kiss. This solo is at a 147 BPM. If you can't play it at this tempo, you can practice with a metronome, starting at a slower one and increase the speed as you develop your technique, while keeping a rhythmic precision. If you don't use a metronome, you end up trying to increase your speed in an inefficient way. Some of the things that can happen are changing the rhythm. If you don't know at which part of which beat you should start playing and for how long each note should last, it's gonna be difficult to play the song correctly. You also might think you've reached the song speed, but when you try to play along, you realize you haven't. If you are practicing without a reference, how can you know that you really nailed it? Another thing that might happen is you end up wasting your time with an approach that doesn't work so well. For example, if you can't play the solo at 120 BPM, you also won't be able to play at 147, right? But if you practice without a reference, you might end up trying to play at a faster tempo, even though you can't even play at a slower one. A metronome will give you clarity about that. Besides helping developing our rhythmic precision and speed, practicing with a metronome can bring some less obvious benefits. You will start appreciating music on another level. Have you ever seen the TV show MasterChef? Remember how the chefs appreciate and evaluate the food? They notice things that most people don't. When we use a metronome regularly, the same things start to happen with us, but in a musical context, of course. We start noticing and appreciate things that we had never paid attention to, and most of people will live their entire lives without noticing them. This makes us have a deeper experience with music, and this is so cool. For instance, AC/DC songs usually have simple chords, but the rhythm makes them sound so interesting and bring another type of complexity to their music. In this riff, the guitars don't play at beat 1 until the 4th measure. Usually songs start on the 1, but AC/DC songs are filled with these rhythmic sauces. By practicing with a metronome, you will start noticing these types of things and you will become a music chef. A metronome can make you more confident. If you are able to play an entire song with a metronome at the original tempo, this means that you really understood the song and have developed your technique to play it. This makes us confident to play in a way that I'm not aware of any other method that can achieve the same results. To complete this first episode about the metronome, let me cover something very important. When should you start practicing with a metronome? When practicing a song, I don't recommend you start with a metronome. First, you need to be able to play the song while keeping the beat by tapping your foot and get consistent with that. This will help with your coordination and understanding what you are playing. Only then, start using a metronome. I'm gonna be talking more about this process in the next episode. If you'd like a step-by-step process to improve the guitar in a more efficient way, knowing how to properly use a metronome and many other things that can help you a lot, so send an email to the address in the video description and schedule a free 1-hour online guitar lesson with me. I'm gonna see and hear you play, identify what you need to improve, and give you the first steps to do it. You can watch all the episodes of the series Guitar as a Hobby by clicking right here. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to not miss an episode. Until next Wednesday, see ya!